नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome you all with my love and respects. I'll continue on Kenopanishad, Shanti Mantra. Please recite along with me. Om Apyayantu mamangani Vak Pranachakshuh Shrotramato Balamindriyani cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahmaopanishatam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastva Nirakaranam me astu Tatatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaste Mayi Sandhu Te Mayi Sandhu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Listen. The kind of the inner space you carry is you. Listen to the first statement. The inner space you carry is you. That kind of lifestyle only you are going to attract. That kind of people only you are going to attract. That kind of life only you are going to live. That is the way you are going to be respected, held by others. The inner space you carry is your life. That is the blueprint of your life. Knowingly or unknowingly, whether you want or not, you will build your life only based on the blueprint you are carrying. Understand? The inner space you carry is the blueprint you are carrying. From morning till night, if your inner space is all about physical pleasures, having or not having, you will only be around that kind of people, fighting with those kind of people who are fighting for their physical pleasures. They do not know anything higher. Whole day if you are bothered only about others' opinion, you will be living only in the frequency where people run only for reward, award, Nobel Prize, award, reward, name, fame, Nobel Prize. You will be attracting only those people You will be living amongst only those people. Understand, blessed are those who carry in their inner space completion or trying to be achieving completion. Even if you are struggling, trying for completion, great, don't worry. You are carrying the right blueprint, you will achieve it. You will attract those kind of people. You will live around those kind of people. You will manifest those kind of situations in your life. Miss anything. Never the company of people who live in completion, who inspire you to live in completion. Even if they are talking fake, even if they try to inspire you, but they are not living in the space of completion, don't worry. It means what? They are not living in the space of completion, but they are inspiring you means what? They are also struggling to achieve completion. They are not bad people, yet to be good people. Yet to be good does not mean bad. Listen carefully. Yet to be good does not mean bad. Whenever people inspire you to live in completion, first thing you do, are you living? Hey, if he is living and he is giving you, he has money, he gives you 1,000 rupees. If he is not living and he is giving you, even what he doesn't have, he just collects here and there and he is giving you. Don't you understand? He is a tyahi. Look at that way. And when somebody is not living the completion and he is inspiring you to live completion, remember, he is not a bad person. He is yet to be a good person. Means he is also struggling. He knows what is right and he is working towards it. While he is working towards it, he is inspiring you. You should look at the whole thing as even beggar trying to give dana. Even beggars trying to do dana. I have seen only in Varanasi. No, really. Every year, 2 times, I myself have attended Bandara in the Manikarnika Ghat. All the beggars from the Mohalsarai station will come and give Bandara. I don't know how many of you know that. Maybe Kashivasis know. All the beggars from Mohalsarai come to Manikarnika Ghat. Just behind the Manikarnika Ghat there is a mutt. They call all the sadhus and give Bandara. Every year twice I myself attended. I myself ate in that Bandara. Even when they are begging, they are trying to give something which they can. Understand the goodness of them. Understand their goodness. Even though they are running their life by begging, they are trying to give something. I think when somebody is not living in the space of completion, trying to tell you about completion, help you to live in the space of completion, you should look at them in that way. Even though he is not yet achieved, he is trying to help you. He is trying to share something with you. I tell you, in my whole Parivrajaka Yatra, I have been given food more number of times by beggars than the so-called rich people. More number of times beggars shared their food with me than the rich people. If I see, it is at least 70-30. 70%. It's only the beggars who shared their food or shared their basic comforts with me. Only 30% from a person who is self-sufficient, I received food or any basic comforts. So 70%, it is beggars who shared their food or basic comforts like a blanket or chadar Or I used to use the salt and charcoal powder as toothpaste and neem stick as a brush. These basic things, 70% of the time I received only from beggars. So even if somebody is not living completion and inspiring you to live completion, please do not disrespect them. They are doing good. Even though they do not have, they are asking you, they are inspiring you. You can lose anything in your life, not the company of good people who are inspiring you to live completion. Never lose that. Even the great masters, great enlightened beings, continue to keep the satsanga, continue to create satsanga, right people's company who are inspiring you towards completion, where the higher dimensions of life is spoken, analyzed, researched, practiced. Understand, in the Shashtanga Yoga, 6 parts of yoga, as Sadashiva describes, you need to know. The original yoga talks only about Shashtanga. Patanjali developed it into Ashtanga. 8 parts. Sadashiva describes only as 6 parts. In Shashtanga Yoga, Tarka is one of the important component. 5th component, 5th part is Tarka. Sadashiva describes Tarka as analyzing alone or together the great truths till it becomes your cognition and foundation for your decision making is Tarka. Analyzing, arguing, debating. Understand? The argument and debate, there is a difference. If you try to find out who is right, it's argument. If you try to find out what is right, that is debate. If you try to find out who is right, that is argument. If you try to find out what is right, that is debate. When it comes to the great truths, both should be done. When it comes to great truths, both should be done. Intra-analyzing, alone or together, through arguments, debates, the higher truths, till that becomes your cognition, foundation for your action, is Tarka. The much later period in Vedic time, it's called Vakyartha Sadas, the name which we use. I personally feel Vedas were eternal, but penned down through the rishis little after Sadashiva revealed Agama. Please understand. Vedas have no age. It's eternal. Apaurushyatva means not being originated by any Purusha, not having any Purusha as origin. Vedas are eternal, but they were penned down, revealed by the rishis little after Sadashiva revealed the Agamas, because the verbosity of Vedas are not influencing the Agama, verbosity of the Agamas are influencing Vedas. Understand? I am not talking about the content. I am talking about the way, the verbose, how they are presented, phonetic, linguistic. The way the words are organized like a jewels, all these put together, I call it verbose. The whole texture and structure of the Vedas seems to be heavily influenced by the Agamas. Tarka, internalizing, arguing, debating with yourself or with a group the great truths of life till it becomes your cognition, foundation for your action and thinking is tarka. In the 6 parts of yoga, as Sadashiva describes in Agamas, Shashtanga Yoga, tarka is the 5th step. Understand, only with the great satsangis you can have tarka. With others, you can only have kutarka. People who create kutarka in you are dussangis. Run away from them as early as possible. Tarka is created only by satsangis. Vakyartha sadas can be done only with the satsangis, I tell you. If you have satsanga around you, even in the moon or the Mars, you can become enlightened. Do not live in a place where there is no satsanga. You do not know the power of it till you start having it. A community is a most powerful, important prerequisite. Community is the most powerful, important prerequisite for any kind of growth. Whether you want to grow in yoga, Pilates, Tantra, even workout, bodybuilding, analyzing, research, anything, you need a community around you. If you get a scientist community to be around you, naturally you will excel in that field. If you get yoga community to be around you, naturally you will excel in that field. If you get satsanga around you, naturally you will get excel in that field. Never ever live with tired, bored, sick people. Oh God. Even physically sick is okay. It is not that infectious. Only few diseases are infectious. Mentally sick, all mental sickness is infectious. Understand? Never ever live with these tired, bored people. The moment you see them, understand. Kandumuttu kettumuttu. Moment you see it is dangerous for you. Even if you hear about them, it is dangerous for you. Never live with this tired, bored, mentally sick fellows. never live around drunkards. Because any one day you will become a drunkard. Even if you live around the womanizers, they have some purpose. I'm not saying womanize. I'm not promoting it. At least they have some purpose. They try to be a little active. But these drunkards are the worst lot. It is slow suicide, and they inspire you to commit slow suicide. So deciding your satsanga, deciding your companions, friends, family, team matters a lot. It matters. The kind of the inner space you carry, you will attract only that kind of people. You will nourish, cherish only that kind of things. I have seen in my own life, with my own eyes, the kids grow up in sadhu sangha. Even in our own Akada, lot of balasants are there. In our sangha, Dhyanapita also, lot of balasants are there. In our Akada, there is an unwritten rule. Actually, not unwritten, it's written actually. It's a rule. Only when only somebody who has grown up in Akada, means who has been given to Akada as a kid, 3-4-year-old kid, and grows up as Bala Sannyasi from the inside the Akada, can become Sri Mahants and Mahants and Sachivs, the top administrators. Only Balasans grow up with a powerful introduction to enlightenment, the science of enlightenment and sannyas. Never give up. The company of great sadhus who remind you to live completion. Never give up the company of great devotees who remind you to live in the space of completion. Never give up the company of the people who inspire you to live completion. The space you carry attracts the situations, incidents in your life. So the situation and incidents you create around you, you naturally create that kind of space inside you. It is vice versa. Carry completion, you will attract people who inspire you to be more complete. Live around the people who radiate completion, you will start carrying completion. Inner space you carry is you. With this clarity, by working out, you can change the structure of your body. By completion, you can change the structure of your inner space. Morning yoga, night completion, over. The whole message of Nityananda. Whole Nityanandam in 2 lines. Morning yoga, night completion, over. To lead you to the higher and higher level of yoga, to lead you to the deeper and deeper level of completion, I go on talking. But the essence is this 2 lines. Morning yoga, night completion. Everything else is jewel. This too is the core message. Everything else is ornament. This two line is the core message. Completion decides the kind of space you carry throughout the day. This verse is one of the supreme thought current, can awaken completion in you and create satsanga around you. Maham brahma nirakuriyam, mama brahma nirakarot. Maham brahma nirakuriyam, mama brahma nirakarot. Maham brahma nirakuriyam, mama brahma nirakarot. May I never deny the existence of Brahman. May I never have incompletion with Brahman. May Brahman never deny me or withdraw its grace from me. Some of the worst stupid things human beings does. Listen. When they have an incompletion, suddenly they will deny the existence of God itself. I have seen. When they pass in the exam, they will break coconut in front of Ganesha. When they fail in the exam, they break Ganesha itself. When they pass, they break coconut in front of Ganesha. When they fail, they break Ganesha itself. When you have incompletion, denying very existence is the worst stupidity. Because your father did not give you pocket money, you can't declare you are no more father for me. Whether you declare or not, he has already fathered you. Nothing can be done. He is your father. Because you are stupid enough to hold a boards, held a protest. You hold a protest like the stupid atheists do around. All these fellows gather together and put a big board. No, no God, no God. God is going to disappear or what? No. It's like on the board you write, there is no board, no board. On the God only you can even do protest, there is no God. I saw an ad on a hoarding, 2 line. Does the billboard work? Next line, yes, it worked just now. Does the billboards work? And next line, yes, it worked just now. Understand? Existence only can even deny the existence. Just because he did not give you your pocket money, don't try to say he is not your father. That is only defaming yourself. That's only digging for you. Human beings go to stupid extremes. When you have some misunderstanding and incompletion, less informed cognition about Brahman, you even go to the extreme of denying it. Maham Brahma nirakuriyam, mama Brahma nirakarut. Declare, may I never deny the existence of Brahman, cosmic consciousness, may never have incompletion with Brahman, cosmic consciousness. Maham Brahma Nirakuryam. Mama Brahma Nirakarot. May Brahman never deny me or withdraw its grace from me. Actually, we always have an insecurity. He may deny me. Before that, let me deny him. In this urgency to defend you, you created a lot of enemies in your life. The urgency to defend you is the first and foremost and original enemy of you. Without having passions, powerlessness always pushes you into a kind of urgency where you need to assert you. Oh, if he is going to say no to me, let me say no to him before, upfront. If you look in your life, tons and tons of time, you would have raised suffering in you in the urgency to deny the other person, imagining he may deny you. When you have the same incompletion with Brahman, the cosmic consciousness, oh, he may deny me, let me deny him first. The mental setup of he may deny me, let me deny him first, before that is the mental setup of atheist. May Brahman never deny me or withdraw its grace from me is the mental setup of a devotee. Or a seeker. Today, declare, Maham Brahma Nirakuryam, Mama Brahma Nirakarot. May I never have incompletion with Brahman consciousness. May Brahman never deny me or withdraw its grace from me. Declare this and carry this space inside you throughout. You will see how many wonderful things happening around you. How many wonderful things happening around you. Practice this. Spread this. Come back for the next satsang, tomorrow's satsang, to manifest the powers and experiences of Sadashiva. Tomorrow we will have some of the deeper lessons about manifesting powers and experiences of Sadashiva. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.